The phone rings 3 times before he answers. Just breath, slow and wet, deliberate, as if someone had been holding their lung against the receiver for days. He presses it to his ear, thumb rubbing the crack in its casing, where his daughter used to press her own when she whispered, "I'm not afraid anymore." The street lamp above flickers. Ash falls from the sky, the kind that peels off walls, off skin, off the inside of skulls. He lets go of the receiver long enough to drop another page into the flame. The brochure, Tunnel of Love, printed in soft pastels. A couple holding hands on a boat carved from ivory, curls at the edges. The ink smears as it burns, but the faces remain. His own, younger, clean-shaven. Hers, braided with tiny windmills that still spun even in stillness. He watches until only the bleached white bones of their fingers are left, suspended a moment above the guttering flame before dissolving into smoke. Behind him, the book barn collapses inward, like ink being sucked back into a quill. Glass shatters upward. Shelves spiral toward the sky. Books rise on wings of charred paper, their pages unfurling into shapes, faces he forgot, corridors he never walked, voices he swore were his own. The dog appears beside him. No feet, no fur, just bone and silence. It tilts its head. He doesn't move to pet it. The breath in the receiver stirs again. Then, "You always burned the ones that smiled too much." The voice is hers, but not. It has his cadence, his pauses, the way he swallowed air before speaking. Only deeper, older, threaded with the hum of buried tunnels beneath the city. He steps backward off the curb. The pavement shifts, unfolding like a map being refolded along creases only he remembers. A flicker of motion to his left. A ticket booth. Glass etched in his hand. Older than his last memory. Older than his first badge. Names carved deep. Voss, Mercer, Lienkel. Each name followed by the glyph. The same one found on his daughter's wrist before she vanished. The same one now branded into his left forearm, where the pencil had just carved its truth. He touches it. The skin is cool, remembered. A radio crackles from a rusted kiosk 2 doors down. Lullaby. His lullaby. She sang it to him once, on her 7th birthday, before the bureau came with their scalpels and synaptic looms. He remembers humming it as he walked home after the funeral. He remembers her voice cracking on the 4th note, the one that never returned. Now, it loops again. Lullaby in silver thread, hold me close when I'm led. But this time, the 4th note is gone. Only silence remains where her pitch used to live. He steps into the corridor of abandoned stations. Each platform glows with flickering fluorescence, 12 pulses per breath, each pulse sinks to the scratching somewhere deep inside his skull. The sound doesn't come from behind him or above. It comes through him. The pencil is still writing. He can feel it. In his bones. He passes a stairwell where the banister curves exactly 6 inches too far left, just enough to make you stumble if you're not looking for it. He remembers designing that curve. He remembers signing off on the blueprint, but he doesn't remember painting the handrail with ochre pigment, or placing the 5 chip tiles at its base, or whispering into them while no one was listening, "If I forget her, let the steps remember." They did. The hum rises now, from within his sternum, a vibration in the hollow behind his breastbone. He presses a palm there and feels it. Tunnels. Subways running through marrow, rails carved into his blood, stations blinking at junctions where his memories used to be. Locker 14 opens as he nears. Inside, a photograph. Him, holding a toddler. The girl's hair is threaded with windmills made of wire and moonlight. Her smile, bright enough to blind. But the man in the photo? His face is blank, smooth bone, polished clean. Locker 29. Another. Him again, older now, standing beside a woman in a nurse's scrubs, holding a newborn. The infant's wrist bears the glyph. The woman's face, gone. Only the curve of her jaw remains, as if erased by something that only needed her gone. Locker 37. A man in an inspector's coat, arms folded, standing beside a child, reading under a tree. The child has no eyes, just 2 hollows filled with slow-burning ash. Locker 45. Him again, sitting on the edge of his old desk. A single pencil resting against open autopsy files. The victim's causes of death all stamped in bold, memory overwrite. And beneath them, in ink that trembles like a child's first pen stroke. Dad, I held your hand so you wouldn't forget me. He doesn't remember writing those words, but he knows their weight. The dog steps forward. It lifts its head and licks the page. No wetness follows, just dust, a fine sifting of bone grit falling from its tongue into the hollows between letters and sealing them deeper than ink ever could. He turns. Corridor widens. Ahead, doors. Tall as tombs and steel plated with glyphs that shift when he blinks. He pushes. They open without sound. The air inside smells of ozone and old paper, of cold marble, and the faint, lingering sweetness of her shampoo, the one she insisted on buying even after all funding cuts. Lavender and storm, the label said, as if peace could be bottled with thunder in it. There she is, his daughter, barefoot on black marble vined with glowing glyphs, each line pulsing like a slow, steady breath. Her hair still threaded with windmills and trestles, metallic, humming, turning without wind. Her eyes are open, empty. No pupil, no iris, only the reflection of fire. The book barn's final scream, frozen behind them. In her hand, the badge he lost 5 years ago, during his public unraveling in front of the Bureau Council. The one they took from him when they declared him compromised. When they said the cases were no longer his to solve. They were his to become. It is warm, alive. He steps forward. The marble groans beneath his weight. The glyphs brighten where his soul's pressed down, each step erasing something. His first kiss, his mother's laugh, the sound of her voice singing the lullaby without missing a note. His cuff catches on the edge of a door frame, threadbare. Just where she used to grip it, he reaches out, touches her shoulder. The marble is colder than his skin has ever been. She does not flinch, does not turn. But something inside him, the pencil, the hum, the tunnels beneath the city, suddenly stops. Scratch, pause, stillness so thick he tasted. On the slab beside her, and resting atop a stack of autopsy reports that have no author, no date, no agency stamp, lies his own pencil, black wood, silver nib deal, the same one she stole from him on the night before her disappearance. He remembers telling her, "Keep it. It's better at remembering than I am." He lifts it. The weight is right. The balance, perfect. And then he presses its tip into his forearm, beneath where her fingers used to cling. Presses, with deliberate pressure, writes, as command, as offering, "I remember you." The skin splits, no blood, only flakes, bone dust peeling away like old wallpaper. Beneath, the veins, blue, bright, alive, identical to those on her wrist. The glyph blooms outward, a nest, and the pencil does not stop. It scratches again, deeper now, faster, as if it has been waiting for him to speak. He looks up. Her silhouette shifts, in time. The fire behind her eyes flickers into movement. Shadows rise from the walls, like ink spilled into water, each ripple a case solved. The man who drowned without water, the woman who aged backward until she became a child screaming for someone named Dad, the priest whose tongue grew teeth and recited scripture in reverse. They speak now, through him, each voice layered over the last. A chorus of dead detectives, each one saying, "We are not hunters. We are the bait." He lowers his hand. The pencil trembles. His breath catches, and then it snaps. But with the sound of a child's final exhale, soft as a kiss against temple. The tip falls to the marble, smokes. Heat rises from it in spiral coils, curling upward toward the ceiling where her voice waits, his own. From his lips, unborrowed, untouched by any script, any glyph, any bureau protocol. "Dad," he says, and the word is hers before it's his. "I'm here." The walls dissolve into memory. He stands alone now, just a hum, still rising from within, and on the floor, a single slipper, small, white, half buried in ash, still warm. Above it, written across the vaulted ceiling as if by an unseen hand, "She didn't lose her voice. She gave it to you." He looks down at his empty palm. The pencil is gone. Only smoke remains, and the scratch on his arm, wide now, spreading like roots. His cuff still catches, still reaching, still holding.